Hello, thanks for joining us. This is yet another episode of 21 Minutes with KKB. My name is Kobna Chenchaini Boating, and again, it's happy to see you. It's good that we are done with all the numbers and the statistics that were thrown at us the last time. You remember the Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia? Yes, he was out there, and he silenced a lot of people. Or did he? Well, it's up to you to judge anyway. So the digitalization man went ahead and said quite a number of interesting things. So on the back of that, we've decided to focus some other people who are also in the sphere of digitalization. And so today on the show, we are channeling our attention to the Communications and Digitalization Minister, Ursula Owusu-Ekuful, who has been doing some amazing things as far as that very thing is concerned. Thing being digitalization, of course. She's been in a school in the constituency to do quite a few things there, and we thought it wise to this time and put a spotlight on her, the constituency, and the school, and to get to understand what it is that she's been doing there throughout this period. And so, in the next few minutes, you are going to have a feel of what just happened over there in that constituency, and get to share your thoughts in the comment section once the video is up. Of course, the show is proudly brought to you by MG Motor Ghana. MG Motor Ghana, what do they do? I'm saying that in this modern day and era where you're paying so much for fuel, why must you? MG is telling you to just drive to any of their showrooms, particularly the one at the Spintex branch. Just come and book a session with them, okay? Test drive any of the cars, luxury vehicles, right? At Makola prices. What more do you want? So get there, get a car, and listen, you don't spend so much on fuel. It's just about 1.5 liters, even on some of the best of cars they have there. Does it not make sense? Of course it does. Of course, the show is also proudly brought to you by Juice Up, produced by Benjamin Farms. You need to juice up today. If you are still here in Ghana and you haven't heard of Juice Up, I don't know what it is you're waiting for. You should check the numbers that will be showing on your screen shortly. Make sure you give them a call and grab yourself something to juice your system up. No sugar, just full of condiments, okay? You need to live healthy. You need to stay healthy. And also, I can't forget about Asili Coffee Purveyors Limited and what they have been doing to several households in the KPM area. Start your day right. Start with Asili Coffee. When we return from this break, we start the conversation. Stay with us.
I'm delighted that I'm part of this history-making event in this school. And it is due to the vision of Mrs. Rosebud Abasa and her tenacity. And I have heard of the many times that you harassed the MCE to complete this project for you. And thank you that you're a woman who gets things done. You're also handing over to another equally tenacious woman. So I'm looking forward to the next commissioning in this school in the not so distant future. And I sat there quietly and listened to the speeches and said, as for this Oliver, it is definitely going to ask for more. So I better come prepared. And the only thing that I can say is the wisdom in the creation of our new Ablekuma West Municipal Assembly is obvious for all of us to see. based on the number of infrastructural projects that have been done since the Assembly was created. That has made it possible for us too to feel part of the governance of this country, knowing that we also contribute our small tax dollars to the national kitty. So it's important that we can point to developmental projects that have also been done. And I'm glad that Margaret Mary, you've also got your fair share. I sat there and I looked at the cloth and I saw your motto: prayer, hard work, and success. That's the key to personal and national development. We pray for God's blessings, but we also have to do our part by working hard. And those two ingredients together will guarantee our success. Because unless the Lord builds the house, the builders labor in vain. If the Lord blesses you, and like my mother would say, you sit down with your hands in your demrifa, the blessings will pass you by. Because we also have a part to play. And that's why I commend the outgoing headmistress for her tenacity. When the MCE made the promise, someone could have said, oh, there they go again, politicians. They're always making big, big promises. But she took him at his word and followed up on it and helped him to make this a reality. When it comes to anything to do with education, I'm passionate about it. Because in my own life, and I've said this many times, I am a living testimony to what education can do in the life of anyone. And I have sold charcoal before. And if today a charcoal seller can stand before you as a lawyer and a minister of state, it's by God's grace and by dint of the hard work of my parents and my own self, because when they took me to school, I took advantage of the opportunity and I studied. So we can build all the infrastructural developments that you need in this school. I've heard about Assembly Hall and Science Block, which is partly uncompleted. I'll talk about that in a bit. But you can put all the infrastructural projects that we want in this school. If you, the students, do not work hard, learn hard, and listen to the instruction of your teachers, all of it will be wasted. The school will pass through you and not make any difference at all in your life. So it is incumbent on you to see how hard your teachers and the other management and staff members are working to ensure that you have a comfortable existence. My heart broke when the MCE told me that if it hadn't been this school block, you wouldn't have been able to, there wasn't a single vacancy. So no SHS 1 student could have been admitted in this academic year if it hadn't been this school block. But if we expand your facilities, you can admit even more students. So they will also benefit from the intellectual, moral, and spiritual instruction that you give the students who pass through your hands. So let me commend the staff and students here for the excellent work you've done so far. But when they were mentioning the facilities in the new block, I was hoping to hear ICT lab. I didn't hear it. Maybe you have one already. No. You don't have it? Oh, you have an improvised one. Okay, since you have a science block coming up, when that is done, we will put an ICT lab, state of the art, in there for you. So that in addition to the national size and mass quiz, you will also join the robotics competition as well. And I believe you will excel, just like Manfi Methodist is also doing. It is doable. So are you going to do it? Excellent. So we'll also see what we can to assist you to add more laurels to what you have already been able to achieve. And I can also inform you that we've already ordered desks and chairs for the other structures, the other class, because we heard what you had was not enough. So very soon we'll be bringing those to you as well. So Magme, Vimbemi, Vimbemi, Magme. It's more like it. This is your time. And for it to really be your time, your stay here must make an impact in your lives. I always remember my primary school and the secondary schools where I went to. I went to Harrow International School in Abeka. We used to walk from school to our boarding house in Tesano every day. But that didn't stop us from getting an education. So when we went to secondary school, what we were being taught in Form 1, we had already learned in Class 5. So it was all cocoa for us. And I know what you are being taught here. Wherever you are in life, you will remember the foundation that was laid in your life in St. Margaret Mary. And always look back and say that, but for the time that you spent here, you wouldn't be the man or woman that you've become. All of these, all the lessons that you're learning through the various stages in your life will contribute to your holistic development. So please, let's take it seriously. Let's take our instruction here seriously. Let's take the lessons that we're learning here seriously. And products of educational institutions that are managed by our churches are always different. All those who went to schools run and managed or set up by our churches, our mission schools, are different. Because in addition to the intellectual instruction that you get, your moral fiber is also built up. And that sets you apart from the rest of your peers. So please, let the life that you're living here today be part of your life tomorrow. So people will say that, yes, indeed, you are a worthy product of St. Margaret Mary. And your patron saint is also a woman. And your headmistress outgoing is a woman. Incoming, who has just taken or her position, is also a woman. And all those who are raised by women too, you are different. So all of that, yes, everybody here was raised by a woman. Who here doesn't have a mother? Who here does not have a mother? So you are all raised by women, so you are different. Yes. So let the home upbringing and the school upbringing and the church upbringing also develop you as a worthy citizen of this country who is also geared towards making your mark in the development of this country. I'm delighted that we're here today, and I will work with the MPU so that the PTA science block would also be completed and we'll commission it. In the not too distant future. All this is being done geared towards the training of our children. And it is because we believe that the future of this country depends on diligent, well brought up, well trained, disciplined young people. Without that, our country will not have a future. So just as Mrs. Boabasa has handed over the baton to Madam Esifua Esuman, in the same way, we will also be handing over the baton to you. And tomorrow, 10, 20 years from now, we don't know where you young people will be. But the destiny of this country will be in your hands. If we don't train you well, we'll be doing ourselves a disservice. So, Madam, whatever has to do with the education of your wards, don't hesitate if you need my assistance to call on me. My doors are always open. And I remember the last time I came here was during the COVID, when you were writing your exams, I believe. And we came here and we saw the uncompleted structures. And he determined that by this academic year, he would ensure that you have a good place to go to. So this one too. Maybe this time next year, we'll be commissioning it as well. And be comfortable with ICT, which will facilitate whatever work they end up doing in this life, even if they are private entrepreneurs.